want to, yes, it's working. I want to tell you that this is not the hot seat. This is the Susegard seat. It's going to be laid back, and I want you to talk freely because it's a wonderful, wonderful state, and we're really grateful that you're hosting this event here. But I think first things first, sir, I think Goa is the easiest place to sell, according to me. You've got such beautiful beaches, you've got greenery. I landed at Mopa Airport and I was like, wow, this is a view that you want to see once you come. But I'm pretty sure your job is not that easy. So could you tell me what are some of your major objectives as the Minister of Tourism for Goa? It's a destination that everybody comes to, it's the first on everyone's mind, but you still have work.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon to all, one and all. Swanish just said that we are Susegad. We are Susegad. But Susegad is not laid back. Susegad is contented.
Contented?
We are Goans are very contented people. It's something that keeps us apart. We believe in Atithi Deva Bhava. Tourism is a very strong potential and we treat tourists like God. And as things move, as every state aspires, with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Vikasit Bharat, keeping trade, technology and tourism very close to his heart and making them move in the whole theme of Vikasit Bharat, it is that every state today has started competing, cooperating and also collaborating in terms of the true sense of federalism that the nation goes through. So today when we talk about tourism, yes, first and foremost it's a pride that tourism constitutes to almost about 17% to the GDP as far as economy is concerned and takes care of almost close to 40-45% of the economic or the employment scenario. So when we look at the overall global trends, we call ourselves a preferred destination. But most of the time the recall is for the sun, sand and sea. Like when you came from Mopa, the first thing that must have hit you is when can I touch the sea?
I love the greenery.
We need to make it a more of a global Indian destination. With the changing thoughts of the tourist, we need to change. So the biggest challenge is how do we make it global? How do we make it a destination for everybody? And in the last couple of years, the whole thought of one is regenerative tourism. We are the first state in the country to talk about regenerative tourism. Every state or everybody talks about sustainability. And I think sustainability only minimizes the negative impacts. We are talking about regenerative tourism that takes care of the environment. We are talking about the society, we are talking about the culture, we are talking about the economy. So we are talking about 4 pillars built around the whole thought of regenerative tourism. And when we start talking that, it's not only sitting and talking about it, we have walked the talk. So right from the sun, sand and sea destination, today we talk about as we take that as a preferred destination for sun, sand and sea. Today we talk about Goa beyond beaches.
Yeah. So that's going to be my next question. We had the Honorable Governor here in the beginning and he, in his speech, made this thing that Goa needs to go beyond shorelines. And he spoke about how, there's biodiversity, there's heritage, there's spirituality, there's wellness, there's adventure. I think my question is that are these aspects something that you really want to highlight? Because beaches, we already know, but there's so much more in Goa, isn't it?
Well, we have already walked the talk. So in 2022, when this government came in under the leadership of Dr. Pramod Sawant, we started moving ahead and talked about Goa beyond beaches. Talking about Goa beyond beaches, today we are talking about our hinterland, our lovely villages. We are talking about adventure, we are talking about wellness, we are talking about culinary, we are talking about heritage, we are talking about tradition. We are talking about so many new verticals that have never known, although they were there in the state of Goa. So when you want to come and stay, like my friend Mr. Rao just spoke about, 1 day in Goa and 364 days in Telangana. We say the man who comes here for 1 day in Goa makes that place his second home or wants to come back to Goa for different aspects, and that we need to allow them to explore. And this is exactly the verticals which we have built around. And it's not only building these verticals. We are today talking about the Ayurveda and the wellness policy. We are talking about the caravan policy. We are talking about the homestay policy which is talking about women empowerment, stitching the whole rural tourism belt. So every aspect of it in the last couple of years, we have ensured that a tourist who comes here, average domestic tourist spends about 3 nights or 4 nights in the state. International tourist spends about 9 nights. So we thought of increasing this whole thought and making another 2 days of his stay in Goa, whether international or domestic. So getting this whole thought in new verticals, adding sports as a destination, it's Goa, sports tourism. Today we are talking about software, that the digital nomads in the community space of creativities are finding Goa as the second place where they can come and be there. And very importantly, which we had missed out a lot, we are known for temples and churches, but very importantly, we started talking on spiritual tourism. Not in the way the Chennai and the other model is, but in our own way of talking about Ekadasha Tirtha. Today we are talking about 11 temples which have a history of more than 100 to 1000 years in Goa, not known to anybody. Talking about these circuits which allows you to come to these Swayambhu temples and have an experiential form of tourism, immerse yourself and ensure that Goa is not only known for sun, sand and sea, and I repeat, Goa beyond beaches.
Beaches. Yeah, I've heard of this temple called Shanti Durga temple, which is supposed
Shanta Durga.
Shanta Durga, which is supposed to be wonderful in terms of how it's lit up, and I'm pretty sure that must be on your trail too.
I think you asked for something, she'll definitely bless you with it.
I hope so. I think a little bit of a toughie now. One common grouse that all tourists have when they come to Goa is like, यहाँ पर app based है ही नहीं कोई travel transport. यहाँ पर आके we have to figure out, right? And I think there is some work that you're doing on that front as well, which is addressing the fact that it is a major destination. It may not have the major app-based travel services, but is there something that the Goa government is focusing to make it convenient? Because public transport is as equal to convenience for tourists, isn't it?
Every tourism destination has its own challenges, whether domestic or international. We have to understand the destination to experience it. Goa started in the 60s as a tourism destination with a hippie culture. From the 60s we evolved to what we are today. And in that whole bargain, the local fishermen, who were our traditional fishermen, slowly started exploring themselves into water sports. There were people who got into taxi business. And that's how the tourism business evolved. Goa Tourism Development Corporation, a subsidiary of our department, started investing in guest houses and smaller properties of their own. Slowly the culture of hotels started coming, investments started coming. In the last 60 years, we have transited a lot from what we were to what we are. So when we talk about tourism as an economy, we have to have a balance. One is get going with what is as a transformation in terms of digital aspects. Second is have a level and balance between, if we are not able to give it inclusive, touch the last person in the society who is a Goan running his bread and butter from this type of businesses, I think then we are going somewhere wrong. So the government came with two apps. One is the Goa Miles and one is the Goa Taxi. Okay. And very clearly the government is very clear that we are looking at digital platforms, we are transiting, but there needs a time. So what happens, a small place makes more news. So a place like Goa already buzzing on tourism, any small social media influencer or somebody talking about it makes bigger news. But as we accept these challenges, we are ready to transform and transit, because we know that such type of technology gives more accessibility, more transparency, more proper regulated fare, and that's what the tourist expects today, because transport becomes the main concern for any tourist coming in. But we also complement it with rent a bike, rent a car. So the transportation system on its own is there. And it's not that the taxis are fleecing. There are a couple of guys, I do agree, in the system. So if you have a basket of apples, and if one apple is rotten, you don't call all the apples rotten. Similarly, you may have one or two guys who are maybe troublemakers. That doesn't make the whole system as a troublemaking system. We have understood the issue. We have taken it as a challenge, and I'm pretty sure in days to come, you will find a transformation.
That's great to hear. I think you know now the two names of the apps. And it's great, like a state takes the initiative to innovate, right? If there is a void, then you fill it on your own. I think the State Tourism Department is also involving private players in the tourism sector. How are you rolling out the PPP model? Can you shed some light on that?
We strongly believe that PPP is the thing which we need to move with public-private partnerships. Government should not be in business is a strong thing that we feel. The government needs to carry the vision. They need to carry the policies. They need to talk about how we can get our vision right through partnerships and ensure that that trust factor is there in that partner who is going to come in. So when we look at partnerships, today we are talking about investing in many spaces as far as Goa is concerned. The hotel room inventory in the A and B category, that I say the 5-star and the 4-star, is continuously evolving. We realize that the demand supply still is required to be met up, and that's why more investments are coming in. We are talking about MICE, we are talking about weddings, we are talking about making this a concert economy. So there are so many investments that we need to look at. So we need somebody as a partner to come with investments, come with innovation, talk about scalability, and ensure that he is able to have a balance with the government and complement the government's ideas to make it proper. So it's more of public vision that we carry. So we talk about private entities coming and investing in it and ensuring that the last advantage of both this public-private partnership is the local community. So it's a win-win-win which we need to create.
I am someone who lives in Bombay, so coming to Goa is like routine. And I know there are pockets and pockets of places which Indians have not discovered, but international travelers have. There is a lot of tourists that you get from Israel, from Russia, we know. I still want to know, there is still much that can be accomplished to get international tourism. Have you introduced any kind of initiatives, any kind of policies to make it more convenient for international travelers to come to Goa?
I strongly believe that the 2 airports in Goa, with good connectivity of the rail, waterways, roadways, Goa can become a very strong global gateway for international destinations. And that's how the country has to look at Goa today, as a very strong global entry for the international tourist. As we start looking at things ahead, we know that international connectivity is a challenge because of limitation of airlines. And that's how we need to see how best we can put ourselves or pitch ourselves. So attending the international travel marts, going and participating in road shows, other than the UK and Russia as a legacy market that we carry, today we have been able to stitch much more business with Poland, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, parts of Russia which were not known. They were the hidden gems of this economically very high but not been able to understand places. We have gone there, done road shows, invited them here. And that's how we have started stitching the new journey through scheduled flights or charter operations. There are concerns when we compete ourselves with international destinations. Goa is a small state, but it is talked about competing with international destinations. So I like it one way when they say why you shouldn't go to Goa, but go to Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Thailand. So I said somewhere the pitch of Goa is a threat to even international destinations.
That's true.
So we need to make it more stronger. How can we do it? So one is increase and enhance the connectivity through talking to airlines, talking to people and the center. And that's what we have taken up very strongly and we stand by it. With the Union Minister for Tourism also wanting the same thing. I think he's there in the evening today. Connectivity plays a big space out for us when we know about markets which are going to be spending. We have a very strong global recall. But that recall has to transit into arrivals into spending, and spending into ensuring it reaches the last local community that we have in the state of Goa. So when we teach these particular aspects, certain things like e-visa, talking about digital gateways which have been opening up, a lot of things have started. A lot of demand of visa on arrival is there. And I have a pitch that where we have good accessibility of markets internationally, which we can connect directly, either an international destination or a charter destination where we know we can connect. Such type of things need to be sorted along with the center. We have taken it up with the center and I think pretty sure we will walk the talk with them and ensure that this type of things are sorted in the near future. That will make Goa the main global gateway for international tourism.
That's amazing. I'm a culture vulture. When I go to a place, I want to experience what's culturally happening in the place, and Goa is an epicenter of it. You have the IFFI Festival in November, which is the primary international film festival. You have Serendipity Arts Festival that happens, which brings in people from all corners of performing visual arts. Goa Carnival is there, and there are many other festivals. Is an conscious effort also being made, and also there's no better place to celebrate Christmas, by the way, than in Goa, because December is just beautiful in Goa. So is there a conscious effort being made to promote Goa as a cultural destination as well?
As I just said before, regenerative tourism talks about the aspects where culture plays a role. So cultural tourism, where we talk about our festivals and also talk about our spirituality, has already been enhanced to what we were known before. You have not been coming to Goa for at least only one day, but you have been coming more often is what I can see from this. So coming back to that topic of festivals, all of us know about Carnival. We know about Shigmo. Then you have been coming for festivals like Serendipity. You have been coming for IFI. But in the last couple of years, we have stitched much more linked to our traditions and culture. The heritage is there. So we are today talking about a festival which is called as São João, Chikal Kalo. São João is a celebration of Saint John the Baptist. It's a celebration by the Catholic community. Chikal Kalo is a mud festival. So we are talking about connecting our soul, our faith with the mud, and that's a different way of celebrations. Linked to the Devaki Krishna temple, one of its kind in the country. So throughout the year, whether it's a spirit of Goa talking about what we are, talking about festivals like Chikal Kalo, São João, in addition to Carnival and Shigmo and Serendipity, we want Goa to be a year-round festival destination. So any month, this month you are here in June and July, you are going to have, you can look at what is São João and what is Chikal Kalo. That way, every month as you come in, we need to have you a different experiential form of tourism that you need to feel, that you can evolve and see Goa how it has been in the last couple of years, from what it was and what it is.
Great. We have only less than 4 minutes left, and I think all of us want to know what Mr. Rohan Conte does when he's in Goa, apart from working. I think, sir, what's your favorite restaurant in Goa?
I'd say Goa is a very importantly proved to be a culinary capital of the country. You have different cuisines. So it's not correct for me to spell out a singular restaurant.
रिपोर्ट्स भी नॉर्मल है बट समझ ही नहीं आ रहा कुछ.
नहीं, मैंने पूछा उसको रिवर्स करने के लिए आप क्या कर रहे हो? सप्रेस करने के लिए नहीं. मेडिकेशन जो आपके फादर ले रहे हैं वो प्रॉब्लम को सप्रेस कर रही है. मैंने रिवर्स की बात की है आपसे.
ऑनेस्टली इतना तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं.
और वही प्रॉब्लम है. आज इंडिया में हर 4th पर्सन की यही स्टोरी है. किसी को 10, 15, 20 साल से डायबिटीज है और फैमिली को लगता है मेडिसिन चल रही है, डॉक्टर विजिट्स हो रहे हैं, थोड़ा मीठा अवॉइड कर लेते हैं, तो हम सिचुएशन को बहुत अच्छे से हैंडल.
Omelette rasa pav. That's a mix of. I can see some people already pulling.
How many have here had omelette rasa pav?
So that's a mix of omelette with some. Wow, that's great. With a little blend of chicken shaguti and a bread.
My mouth is watering, sir. How do I do this session now? Favorite beach? I know you want to go beyond the shores, but tell us a beach that perhaps not everybody here would have.
104 kilometers of coastline, serenity, calm, tranquility. Tranquility, it's in the south. If you want to be with the people, it's the north. The choice is yours.
That's the tourism minister speaking. He's not going to mention one beach. What's your idea of a holiday? Where do you like to holiday in Goa, sir?
In Goa?
In Goa, and because there are people from other states as well, you can also tell us where else would you like to go?
We are in the monsoon, so it's the Ghats, it's the Western Ghats. You go around the border, the rural, the villages. It's amazing. Serenity, tranquility. You can just immerse yourself and be around to yourself. You can have a lot of thought process happening around you. And that's how we look at Goa differently in the monsoons. And if it's the destination otherwise, I think being at home is the best holiday I can have.
You're not going to mention another state.
That's one place I'm never there. So you go out in the morning, come back late night. So that's a holiday for me.
Fair point, fair point. Also, I think one last thing, because we are so familiar with Goa now, thanks to you in these 20 minutes. Is there a hidden gem of Goa that you'd like to tell people about? That, maybe it's something that's ignored, something that's sidelined, a hidden gem, which is still untouched, undiscovered.
Most of the hidden gems are already discovered by social media influencers now. People come and maybe they know Goa for the party life. So the hidden gem, on a lighter note, I would say, is the silence.
The tranquility, yeah.
Most of the people who have come to Goa have partied hard, have not explored this part of Goa. So next time, this is the space we should come and explore. It's amazing. Whether it's on the shore or whether it's in the rural part of Goa, you will find it amazing. The silence cannot be comparable to anyone and any place.
That's so true, because that's what we all need. We come to go for a holiday not just to let our hair down, but also to soak in some me time and get some tranquility. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister Rohan Conte ji, I'm pretty sure all of you have enjoyed this session. We've got a lot of recommendations, and if I could ask for a day more in Goa, I would definitely check out all of these visits and recommendations that you've made.
Most
Thank
welcome.
you so
We'll be
much.
happy to host you.
Thank you. I would now request Mr. Rachengappa, the Group Editorial Director of India Today Publishing, to please come and offer a token of appreciation to the Minister.